Please be seated.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
This is a case of Jones versus Turner.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone.
Good day.
Mr. Jones, you state you have always believed you are not the father of the defendant's 5-month-old son, Amir. You claim your suspicions were confirmed after receiving a text message just 3 weeks ago. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Turner, you say you are desperate to prove the plaintiff is Amir's father and claim once today's results prove paternity, you need him to step up and sign your son's birth certificate. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Jones, why are today's results so important to you?
I'll be wanting to claim the baby, but at the same time, I got so many doubts. Got a lot of doubts.
And I can see this is troubling for you. You are emotional about the fact that you really don't know.
Yeah.
You don't believe you're the father.
No, Your Honor.
Tell me why you don't believe you're the father.
Because like you said, just 3 weeks ago, I received this text message.
What text message is that?
It's from message from Facebook, from somebody I don't even know.
Jerome, let me see that evidence. You say just 3 weeks ago.
Yes, Your Honor.
You get this message.
Yes, Your Honor.
And this message says, why you claiming that baby? Men running in and out of her house. Get a DNA test. Don't be a fool. That is not the message you want to get when you think you have a newborn baby. So what's going through your mind when you get this? This is at 12:59 a.m.
Okay.
Take me back to that day when you got this text message.
I woke up in the middle of the night, seen I had a missed message. I see that message on there, and I instantly got up and called her. Like, who is this? I asked her, do she know the person? She said, no. I looked up
It
the
comes
person.
from a number you don't even know. Miss Turner, do you remember that night when you got that call from Mr. Jones saying, I got a text message?
Yes, ma'am.
What
Yes, Your
happened?
Honor. I don't know who that is, but like I told him, you know, he got so many females. We do got people that's some haters. So it could be a little fake page.
Oh, wait a minute. You said haters.
Yes.
So you think it's a hater just texting him at 12:59 a.m.
I know for a fact it's a little hater, because I don't even know who the person is. So they made it up, little fake page.
It was a male, Your Honor.
So who is the hater that writes, why are you claiming that baby? Men running in and out of her house. Get a DNA test. Don't be a fool.
Who's the hater?
Who's the hater that would write
He got so
that?
many female friends that don't like him being with me, so it could be one of them. It don't have to be a man. They could have stole somebody's profile.
So you think, because it came from a man.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Your
But
Honor.
you didn't know who it was.
Never seen that guy a day in my life.
Never
A
seen him
man
before
told me
neither.
that. I figured
I
it
ain't
was
never
somebody
talked to
she
him.
used to talk to.
Oh, so you thinking it's somebody who used to sleep with Miss Turner or was sleeping with Miss Turner during the window of conception?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
So what was the nature of your relationship with Miss Turner at the time this message was sent?
We was good. We was in a relationship. Everything was okay at that time.
All right, now take me back to the nature of your relationship during the time Miss Turner was pregnant.
When she was pregnant, we had a whole lot of falling out, and mainly, this is why I got doubts.
All right, so take me back to that time, because that's pretty much the time that's at issue.
Take it to a neighbor she had. He had texted her one day when I went to work, like 6 in the morning, right after I left for work, trying to come over.
Trying to come over?
Yes.
Come over for what?
That's what I'm trying to know. Seen a text message in her phone saying, are you okay, sis? And I'm like, this number is not from any of your brothers. I'm like, who is this? She broke down, got to crying and told me, yes, it was the neighbor. She told me it was the neighbor.
I was crying.
She let me know who it was
Where
and
the
said
guy
that
for?
he was trying to come over here.
Oh, so you're saying when you confronted her about this, she broke down and started crying. You thought this was out of guilt.
Yes.
Miss Turner, were you receiving text messages from other men during the window of time when Amir was conceived?
No, my neighbor had text messaged me and was like, hey, sis, most of my friends, that I'm cool with, if I'm cool with their boyfriend or whatever, I do call, you know, that if they like a brotherly figure to me, I call them bro. They call me sis. I ain't around here sleeping with nobody and they talking about some sis, or I'm talking about some bro, because that's trifling.
But it's the same guy.
He already know. It be a couple of people I call bro and he think it be going down.
This came from the same guy I told to quit calling her phone once before at
That's
4 in the morning.
Some type
it
of
was
way
4 in the
about
morning.
everybody.
He had no reason calling her phone and y'all just cool.
It wasn't no 4 in the morning. It was 7
4 in the
o'clock
morning?
in the morning.
Nah, when he texted your phone.
And he hit my
and
phone
I had to
because
check
yes,
it.
he seen
And
him
I had
leave.
to check it.
Everybody know they can't
Yeah.
talk to me with Ricky.
Yeah.
I can't have
Ain't
no
no
neighbor
talking
to be
at that
cool
time
with
of night
neighbor.
with my girl.
But what does the neighbor want all these times in the morning at 7 o'clock in the morning? What does the neighbor
He was
want?
asking me a question. Sometimes they ask me for a ride. Days when
What kind of ride at that time of night?
Time of night, it was 8 a.m. It was 8 a.m. What you mean that time of night?
You're saying he texted the same neighbor was texting her at 4 a.m. You say it was 4 a.m.
Yeah, this the same neighbor. I didn't see it. Quit calling the phone. Same neighbor
And this
at that
is
time.
and Mr. Jones, this is just one of the reasons
That's one.
you believe Miss Turner was cheating during the window of conception.
Yes, one.
Give me another reason why you believe that.
All right, I go through her phone, find out she been talking to one of her exes, saying, "Good morning, baby. How's your day? Is you having a good day at work?
Oh, well,
I miss you."
Yeah,
and I'm asking her, I'm
He
like,
seen
dang.
that.
At that time, I'm not even getting no good morning texts.
You wanna know
Nobody
why he
telling me
wasn't
good
getting it? 'Cause
morning.
other females
Nobody was telling me
getting
they
it.
love me.
He was
None of
talking-
that.
he was
But she
talking
was
to
telling this
somebody
man
else.
that.
He was talking to somebody
This is all the
else.
time, same time.
This-
February.
Okay, so
He'll come to my job and chill with me for a little bit. Then he'll be like, "Oh, I'm about to go home and lay down." But he going somewhere else. He making little
I'm trying-
detours
who else was
over
chilling with
somebody
you at
else's
your
house.
job? Who else was chilling
That's
at
the
you at your
problem.
job?
So since he want to go out and talk to somebody else, so yeah, I got to hit my ex up like, "Good morning."
But you
Why would
love
I
him.
tell you good morning?
But you love him.
oh,
You still love
He
him.
didn't deserve that no more.
so Miss Turner, you're admitting you began to have a relationship with your ex
No, I was
because you
talking
believe
on the phone. We wouldn't have no relationship. He was living in Memphis.
So-
I hadn't seen him
He
or
travels.
nothing. We were communicating.
So you start sending friendly good morning texts.
Ma'am.
How are
How
you?
friendly.
How was your day? Being a little extra friendly and cozy because you thought Mr. Jones was cheating.
I ain't thought I knew.
So you knew he was cheating.
If he was pregnant, I would have said his baby ain't mine.
So, Mr. Jones, the truth is you're just finding a whole bunch of text messages. You got messages.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta tell him when
got
I'm going to the store, when I'm going to the bathroom, when I'm
But
fixing
I also-
something to eat.
I
So he know
also-
everywhere I go. He know everything I do.
So,
Well, one
but
day she-
I mean,
but-
it has to be more than just text messages.
Yes,
You believe she was actually sleeping with her ex?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Why do you believe that?
One day she butt dialed me, or however she called me. I don't know if it was on purpose. Left for me. I didn't answer the phone. It was a message
Why
left
ain't
on
answer
my
the phone,
voicemail.
though? Why
I
ain't
didn't
answer the phone? Where was he
Message
at?
on my voicemail.
Where was he at though? Why you ain't answer the phone?
It was a message. It was late night. I was asleep.
Oh, he was in the hotel room.
So hold
Yeah.
on, Miss Turner, let me hear this story. When you played your voicemail, what'd you hear?
I heard moaning.
Moaning.
I heard moaning, and I heard another man talking in the background.
Who was moaning? A
Me
woman
and
or a
Future.
man?
Ooh.
It was a woman.
I was in
Woman.
the car playing the radio singing, and I had
She
cough,
was
too.
moaning, Your Honor, and I could hear a man's voice. I couldn't hear like what he was saying and everything. But later on, she let me know she was with somebody who she intended to have sex with, but she didn't.
Why did I intend to have sex with him?
Miss Turner, were you with another man?
Okay, this is 2 separate nights that he talking about. I was on my way to, I think, to my mother's house or something like that. I had her vehicle, first of all, so I wasn't about to have sex with nobody in her vehicle. The second night is when he was talking about me going to go intend to have sex with somebody. I pulled up on my ex, I sure did. When he called me, I answered my phone. He asked me where, I told him where I was.
All in the same month.
Hold on,
All in
wait.
the same month.
But he just said the same night though. So
All
quick,
this
get
is
your
the
story
same month.
together, cause it ain't coming together. This is 2 separate nights. That night when he called me, I told
Whole lot of
him
doubt.
that I was with my ex because he was at a hotel room with a whole nother female. I seen they text messages because I know how to
All right,
break
we
into
talking
his
about
phone.
why did you?
No, we
What's
talking
going
about
on
what I'm
with you
talking about right now.
Where?
He didn't even know that I went through his phone. They had already intended. They made plans to seeing each other. She let him know that she was about to go get a room. He was finna get away from me. See, he didn't know all of this.
So, okay, so granted.
was because I
hold
got
on.
the
3 p.m.
Hold
I
on.
didn't end up at my ex until like
So
around 11,
if
12 o'clock
those
at night.
messages were true,
They are.
what did you go do?
I pulled up on my ex. I thought about doing something with him, but at the time, I was already pregnant. Because I had took a pregnancy test, and we was already rocking in, because I was ready. He already knew when I called him, told him I was pregnant, we was about to break up. I was about done with him anyway. So we was just, you know what I'm saying, let's try to work it out for the baby. We ain't, our parents wasn't in the same household with us.
All right. I want to understand. Y'all had a lot going on during the window of time when Amir was conceived.
a whole lot.
Some things we say to hurt a man when they've hurt us. There's that boomerang effect in life. Sometimes when we set out to hurt other people, we hurt ourselves. When we hurt our baby. And I know you were hurt. I can see it in your eyes. But as soon as you say to him, oh yeah, and I was gonna sleep with him, but I didn't, in his mind then, well, who else did she sleep with? I mean, that's a logical conclusion. And then we're here in paternity court. Way too much mess. Did you have your father growing up, Miss Turner?
Mm-mm.
So that's why this is so important to you, because you want Amir to have what you didn't have. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor. That's why I try to work it out with him. So he could be in the household with his mom and his dad.
And I can see the tears in your eyes. How does that make you feel to see your baby not get what you know he deserves?
It hurts my feelings, because I've been there, done that. I know how it feels.
So this matters to you.
Yes.
This beautiful little boy, Amir, this is about his life. This is not a joke. This is not a back and forth tug of war, exercise between two people who probably love each other but can't figure out how to be in a relationship. Once you bring a real person, a whole life into the world, stakes change. And I can see, Mr. Jones, the way you look at him. It's like you look at him with love and confusion and doubt.
Yes, Your Honor.
So it's not that you don't love him, you just don't truly know. I can see it. You're very emotional.
Amir is like, it's my son. The way I look at it, I don't want to hear nothing else. That's all that I'm worried about. The doubts, all that happened, that was a whole lot.
You said it was a whole lot.
Yes, it was a whole lot in 1 month. It is too much at the same time. So I gotta question it, and I gotta get proof. I gotta get some type of answers.
So have you prepared yourself, Mr. Jones, either way? Have you been honest with yourself and said, what will I do if Amir is not my biological son?
I ain't looked at that even possibility, not really.
You haven't. And I can see the tears in your eyes because it means that much to you.
Yeah. And like you said, I grew up without a father too. If it ain't the best father, they gonna know me.
I appreciate that honesty. A lot of times I always tell people when you grow up without having your father, it can go one of two ways. You can either be the father you never had, or you can be the father you never had. Same sentence, two different meanings. And I appreciate, Mr. Jones, you saying you're doing your best to be what you never had, and sometimes you don't even know how to be that.
Exactly.
Because you never had an example. Okay. Jerome, let's get the results. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Jones versus Turner, if you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. When it comes to 5-month-old Amir Turner, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Jones, you are the father.
Thank you. Okay. She feel better.
That don't mean all that.
You feel, no, it do. It
That
do.
just mean the baby mine.
Well, listen.
It do.
Listen. Let's not go back down negative roads.
I'm sorry.
I mean, that's what drives me crazy. We get off a negative road and we're trying to get on positive lane. Let's go. We have come to the understanding that Mr. Jones is Amir's biological father. So now that you know the truth, let me deliver some truth to you all. If you keep operating the way you have in the past, we're gonna be back here again. Not just this courtroom, but in a place where there is no trust, no belief, and whether you all choose to be in a relationship together and make that family for Amir that you both dreamed of, or you choose to co-parent, you've gotta find some solid ground because you're trying to break generational curses. And it's not too late. We have counseling and resources for you both. I want you to talk to Dr. Jeff and figure it out. And Mr. Jones, I want you to be honest about that fatherhood component you talked to me about. Don't ever feel like it's wrong to say, I don't know what to do. Do you understand? That I need help. How do I become the father I never had when I didn't have an example?
Yeah.
Because one day Amir will be a father and you want him to be the father that he can be, right?
Yes.
And he's gonna learn how to do that from whom?
For me.
That's right. All right, I wish you all the very best. Court is adjourned.